Kolbrin Bible, Book 6, Book of Morals and Precepts, Chapter 17. The Physical Body. NPR 17:1. My children, contemplate the nature of your own bodies, the fruits of the field. Provide the flesh and the stones of the earth, the framework. NPR 17:2. How wonderfully you are made, how precise and perfect is the construction of your earthly habitation. Who but the greatest of beings could have ordained its nature? Who but a master architect could have planned it? NPR 17:3. Among all creatures you alone stand erect, that you may enjoy and admire the wondrous works of your Creator. Rejoice, therefore, in your form and in your body and in your powers. NPR 17:4. Rejoice in the consciousness whereby you experience, and in the eternal soul within, whereby you know the attributes of a God repose within you, and they are yours to command, if you will but call them forth. NPR 17:5. Be kind to your body, which is the vehicle of your pilgrimage and the chariot of your conquest. Keep it in health and strength, that you may enjoy life with vigor. It was not meant that the body should be neglected, and in fact the law ordains that recompense be made for a neglected body. A body made weak by dissipation and gross from fat living is an abomination unto the God of life. NPR 17:6. On earth, the body is equally as important as the soul. Keep it clean and in good health, that it may fittingly serve the purpose of the soul. The nearest approach that can be made to complete bliss on earth is to enjoy the blessing of good health. NPR 17:7. If you would reserve health unto yourself, even into the ripeness of old age, avoid the allurements of intemperance and dissipation. These are the bewitchments of the wanton and harlot, and not easily avoided. NPR 17:8. When she spreads her delicacies before you, when her wine sparkles in the cups, when with sweet smiles she induces you to cast care aside, then there are dangers at hand, and therefore let prudence come to your aid. If you give heed to the sweet words of the temptress, then you are deceived and betrayed. NPR 17:9. Flee from the bower of the harlot. Her face and form are fair, but underneath the core is rottenness. She is perfumed sweetly on the outside, but the odor of putrefaction lies within. NPR 17:10. Her deceptive promises of joy are gates leading into the road to madness, and her pleasures lead to disease and death. Look around the board of the wanton woman, cast your eyes upon her guests, and observe those who have succumbed to her charms and follow her temptations. Are they not pale and puny ones? Are they not weaklings without the spirit of men? NPR 17:11. Away from the beguilement of false womanhood, from the tables of intemperance and the sideboards of gluttony, go, seek your place in the company of real men. See, are they not upstanding, brave, and active? They are surrounded by the halo of vigor. They vibrate with the song of vitality. Their arms are brawny and strong, and labor is to them as play to the child. NPR 17:12. Their talk is virile and manly. They know the weaknesses of fornicators and mock the softness of she-men. Their passions are vanquished by self-command, and evil habits do not suck their spirits. They take their pleasures in moderation, and therefore the enjoyment endures. Their hours of rest are few, but their sleep is deep and sound. Their hearts are serene and their bodies strong. Their thoughts are quick and their form lithe. They are men and the sons of men. NPR 17:13. Rejoice, O man, in your body, strength, and cleanliness, and be not ashamed of your nature. Live in peace and contentment, for cakes of flour and water eaten with a contented heart serve the body better than fine meats eaten with strife and enmity. NPR 1714. Do not accustom yourself to lying in bed while the dawn is breaking in beauty, for no man is wholesome unless he has knowledge of the dawn. NPR 1715. Remember that the call of the food table exceeds the needs of the body. NPR 1716. Do not weary yourself concerning the affairs of the day, nor be over anxious about your household and estate. Things happen. Disaster or power come according to the dispensations of God. Follow your inclinations. And if your plans go awry, continue in peace. Do your best and be content that you can do no more. NPR 1717. Let your heart be quiet within your body, and your body will not be unhealthy. It is the guest chamber of the soul. Let the soul not abide in squalor. NPR 1718. God ordained the law and laws which govern the conduct of men, and laws which govern the ways of nature. Unnatural deeds bring unnatural afflictions in their train, and unnatural thoughts proceed unnatural ills. NPR 1719. The soul of man within his body is like a conqueror in an occupied land. The laws of the victor conflict with the laws of the vanquished, but it is the greater law that must be obeyed, so both may live together in harmony. NPR 1720. Avoid the guilt of furtive and unmanly things, that you may walk with a high head and steady eyes. NPR 1721. It is wrongful for a man who cannot know women to seek the sustenance of the serpent. NPR 1722. Your nose is ever ready to savor the sweetness of perfume, and your mouth delights the delicacies of the table. Your eye is ever alert for beauty, but remember that perfumes do not linger long in the nostrils, and delicacies destroy the appetite they arouse. A beauty seen too often ceases to stir the heart. NPR 1723. The rule is moderation in all things. Turn from unmanly ways. Follow the path of cleanliness and avoid the indulgences of soft living and inequity. Follow these rules and sleep soundly. Spend your waking hours in peace. NPR 1724. Enjoy life. Take whatever it gives with high spirits. When it bestows contentment, be contented. When it presents the test, rise above it. And when disaster strikes, meet it like a man.